I started as doing what Cubans were doing at the time. They were building homes and doing real estate, so they put me into a real estate group. And I kept telling them, you know, I have an MBA. I have a law degree, but I have an MBA. I wanted to be a corporate and securities lawyer, taking companies public, doing that kind of work, you know, big financings, etc. And so they put me in real estate, and I clouded a few titles and did a few things, and eventually there was a huge surge in the corporate market. And so they needed to find somebody to help Larry Hoffman. That was 6 months after I started, so they transferred me to Larry to do corporate and securities work. And this was in June of 1973.
Well, I met Cesar Alvarez about 40 years ago, and he was really fresh out of law school, and I came, and he, from the very beginning, he was just a remarkable individual that surpassed anything that I could ever think of in terms of an attorney, and particularly a business attorney.
I had done a fair job at leading the corporate department and growing it to a very significant force, not only here in Miami, but nationwide. And they thought I had the capabilities of leadership, and so I was given a chance to go and do that. And so I became the next CEO after Larry.
He moved to the corporate department, and he was an immediate success. He's a brilliant person. That's easy to tell, but I can tell you from it, he can do the most complex transaction as easily and as certainly as well as anybody that I've ever seen. And he was just a pleasure to work with.
What we thought, and we saw the opportunity, was the opportunity to be able to create a law firm that provided legal services throughout the whole country. And so you would only really one-stop shopping, so to speak, that you would go to us, and we could represent you in all major cities and all, and that's what we did. We created a law firm that has about 35, 36 offices, most of them in the U.S. We covered the U.S. better than anybody else. We probably covered, I would say, about 80–85% of the gross national product of the United States. We're in those cities and those states where that happens.
Cesar is brilliant. He's a human being with a great heart. In the last month, I met a lady who told me about an issue she had with cancer, and how someone who she barely knew, because she was a friend of a friend, without her knowing, had paid for her cancer treatment, and she's in remission. That man was Cesar. Cesar, we all know for the greatness that he has built at Greenberg, Trauring, but it's the human side of Cesar that makes him very, very special.
My drive to be involved in the community also comes from my immigrant status. So it did not take me long to understand that part of being an immigrant is it's a commitment that you have to leave things better than when you got here, because somebody else did it for you. And so the only way to repay those people is for you yourself to leave it better than you found it. It is the recovery from failure, the willingness to stand up once you have gotten beaten up, once you got into the field of battle, once you got bloodied, once you were not successful at it, the willingness to get up again. And the willingness to get knocked down again and be exhausted, and you're saying, I'm getting up again, and I'm getting up again, and I'm getting up again. And one of those times that you get up is when success comes and attaches to you. Not the first time, not the second time, not the third time, but it takes an unusual individual to keep getting up. And I think in Miami, because of the immigrant base that we have those people who are willing to get up and get up and get up. There's something inside of them that does not allow them to fail.